Here we are again, All Elite Drama, episode 1073, featuring CM Punk for the millionth time. He's been on all the episodes, by the way. Yeah. CM Punk has been on all the episodes. And also featuring Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Listen, I don't really watch AEW all that much. I catch some clips on YouTube, on their YouTube page. I kind of see what happens, what the results are, what storylines are taking place, etc. And AEW, they just had their biggest event in history, which was pretty much their WrestleMania. Wembley Stadium, 81,000 people, or over 81,000, I should say. It's a big deal. It was a big deal for Tony Khan. It was a big deal for the entire roster, all the men and women that competed on that stadium. It was their biggest payday by far in that company. Their biggest night. They didn't need to be at a WrestleMania to do that. They got to do it at a different company. This was an accomplishment for AEW, knowing that they are still relatively a new wrestling promotion. We didn't think Tony Khan was going to be able to pull it off, but he did. But instead of the talk being about All Elite Wrestling, filling up Wembley Stadium, how successful of an event it was, that is not being talked about. Instead, what's being discussed heavily is more All Elite drama featuring CM Punk and Jack Perry, who apparently loves to bump on real glass, right? And I just mentioned CM Punk. When it comes to All Elite drama, CM Punk has been on all the episodes. He has not missed one episode. No, not at all. He's definitely a constant in All Elite drama because he seems to be the talk every time there's something going on. Every time there's a backstage incident, who's the first one do you always hear about? CM Punk. Now, to be fair, all the drama that has occurred in the past year has not all been CM Punk's fault, right? We go back to the Colt Cabana stuff, Hangman Adam Page, and I believe I made a video about that. Adam Page was the one that pretty much started the beef between him and Punk before their Double or Nothing match when he went off script, right? The Young Bucks got involved. Kenny Omega got involved in that drama, and then Punk just retaliated because, CM Punk can be a ticking time bomb. You never know when he's going to blow up, right? But for everybody that's trying to blame CM Punk for all the drama that's happening right now, listen, it's not all his fault. We can't put all the blame on CM Punk. The blame here has to go to Tony Khan. It's shared, right? The blame is divided between Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, even Dolph Ziggler's brother, who came at him on Twitter, which was pretty stupid, and then Jack Perry. I don't know who else has been involved in the drama. I know I'm missing some names, but then Jack Perry is the latest one. Now, I'm just going to be discussing and kind of giving my take on this whole drama between Jungle Boy and Punk. Now, let's just take it from the very beginning. Let's understand how this happened and why these two are on suspension. Why these two got beef. If you haven't known, if you're living under a rock, the reason why CM Punk and Jack Perry are beefing at the moment is over glass. That's right. Over glass. You're probably thinking, like, really? Over glass? Two grown men dislike each other, have a misunderstanding. They come to blows over glass. Yeah, that's right. You know, we're in 2023, and it seems to me the only thing to set off grown men nowadays is a piece of glass. You know, Jack Perry wanted to use, real glass in a segment or in a match, I believe, on Collision. I think it was a segment he wanted to use real glass. And, as you know, CM Punk is the booker of Collision. He's pretty much, Collision is pretty much CM Punk's show. So, anything that's going to be put on TV or aired, is going to be going by Punk. Now, when Jack Perry presented him the idea, Punk didn't think it was a good idea, let alone safe. There's no way in hell you're using real glass. And obviously this pissed off Jack Perry. This made him get in his fifis. So I'm just thinking to myself, well, there's probably a reason why he told you, as someone that's a veteran, that's old school, you're the young kid coming up. Punk is the OG, the veteran. I'm pretty sure him telling you not to use real glass in the segment was him looking out for you. Was him looking out for your safety. Because as wrestlers, we can't forget that although they are going to be inflicting hurt and pain on their opponents, and that wrestling will hurt, the bumps will hurt, the pain is real, but at the same time, it's also about protecting your opponent, right? It's also about making sure you're doing things, you're executing things safely. So Punk was only looking out for Jack Perry. If he didn't want you using glass, real glass, then he's looking out for you. Why get mad because you can't use real glass in the segment? Who cares? It's gonna be a one-off thing, and then people are gonna most likely forget about it after a couple weeks. You think it's worth you getting injured and you potentially missing All In, because Jack Perry did compete at All In against Hook for the FTW championship. And then during the match, he decided to take a shot at Punk by saying, Real glass, cry me a river, or something of the effect. He said, "It's real glass, cry me a river." And that definitely sparked something. It definitely caused, a confrontation, you know. And then I'm hearing that the news was reported that CM Punk and Jack Perry came to blows. Jack Perry was the one that confronted Punk before his match with Samoa Joe. And he wanted the smoke. Obviously, he decided that he was going to test CM Punk. And then I don't know if this is true, but this is just hearsay. This is hearsay. This is just hearsay that CM Punk choked out Jack Perry. Right? First, Jack Perry shoved him. Obviously, that caused Punk to retaliate. Now, understand, everybody that has been mentioned, from Adam Page, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and now Jack Perry and Dolph Ziggler's brother, you have to understand, with Punk retaliating, that's pretty much the theme of drama escalating, because it seems that other guys, they start the beef and Punk may take it to a whole new level, right? Because we can't act like this isn't Punk's fault too, right? If you're going in for your match with Joe in front of over 81,000 people, I mean, this is the biggest match of your life. Like, there's a lot of nerves kicking in. There's a lot of butterflies, a lot of concerns. There's a lot of preparation, a lot of mental preparation, because you're going out there in front of 81,000 people. This is a big deal. Obviously, Jack Perry was in the wrong for what he said, and then him trying to start a fight with CM Punk. He was definitely in the wrong. As a matter of fact, I will go as far as to fire Jack Perry. That's right. Fire him. Now, here's where I got to give CM Punk some pushback, because, bro, you have to learn how to control your damn temper. Control your damn temper. Seriously. You could have said to Jack Perry, listen, if you want to pick a fight, if you want to handle this like a man, like real men, then see me outside the stadium after the show, or at least after my damn match. Because if you want the smoke then, I have no problem giving it to you after the match. But you ain't going to pick a fight with me and expect me to fight you right before my match with Joe. That's not happening. And first of all, where was Tony Khan? Where was all the other agents? Where was people to regulate the situation? CM Punk could have taken that route. He could have been a professional about it. He could have handled it the right way. Something could have happened to Punk where he could have gotten injured during this little scuffle with Jack Perry, and it would have definitely ruined the entire match. It would have put his match in jeopardy. And another thing I gotta say, another thing I want to bring up is CM Punk saying that he hates it here and he wants to quit. Let me look that up real quick. Let me get his words word for word. Let me just pull up the article and, kind of get his words verbatim on what he said. Because I don't really like misquoting people. Okay. Just stay with me for a minute. I'm trying to look it up here. Yeah, CM Punk, he's reportedly told people about AEW that he hates this place and, he just wants to quit, right? It's pretty much what he's indicating. Now, I have a problem with what he said there because you say you hate this place. How is that the case when you are the booker of Collision? Collision was put on for 2 hours on the TV slot for TNT because of CM Punk. For you, Collision is your show. They made Collision for CM Punk. This guy's making millions of dollars. Top draw. He's the focal point. To say you hate this place is insane to me. Because you left the WWE on bad terms. And I understand why he left the WWE at that time. He talked about it on the podcast with Paul Cabana years ago, right? Almost a decade ago, right? We understood as fans why he chose to leave the WWE. But you see, this is just a lot of unnecessary drama. And I do believe that CM Punk has made a lot of enemies in the wrestling world. And it's no secret. But you just come across like a spoiled child for saying that, oh, I hate this place. I want to quit. Then quit. Then quit. Because at the end of the day, you're not making the company, the brand, you're not making it look good. See, Punk is one of the few people right now that's making AEW look bad. He's making it look like not the place to be, not the place to want to wrestle at, to tell your story, to want to, create a, I guess, livelihood in. And it's just unnecessary drama going on. Like CM Punk should be the leader. He should be the one setting the example, but he failed to do that. I look back and I said CM Punk, he could have definitely handled a lot of these situations better. He could have went about it in a different way. Now, if this happened under Vince McMahon would have most likely told Jack Perry and CM Punk to go handle your business in a separate room. Or I can fire both of you right now because Vince will not play those games. And all this drama that keeps happening is an indication that Tony Khan is simply unfit to be a leader. He's unfit to run a locker room, to run a company. Of all these egos and all these wrestlers, why does this keep happening? Why is there drama every other 2 weeks and all your wrestlers are acting like children? This is insane, man. If it's not, if it's not a Jack Perry or the Young Bucks, it's going to be somebody else and CM Punk. Now, in other situations, there has been drama that did not involve CM Punk, right? Let's just keep it fair. Not all the drama has always involved Punk, but lately it has. It has. When we look back at the whole All Out media scrum, CM Punk was obviously pissed off. He was obviously pissed off of what was being said, and he felt like he needed to defend himself as a man. He had to, get a lot of things off his chest. And I think he could have handled that situation a lot better, or at least not said some things that, caused the Elite and Kenny Omega, the VPs of AEW, to, make a trip to his locker room and confront him, right? Because in that instance, when Punk was going off, the Elite wanted to retaliate in their own way, right? I mean, they definitely poked the bear with Punk. When it comes to Punk, it's definitely his temper that escalates things. And he's not going to be a guy that just walks away from a situation. No, he's going to not either, but he's gonna make it worse. Let's just call spade a spade. He's gonna make it worse, right? It's not him that starts it though, right? And it's like, how are these guys, the VP, the Elite, and Kenny Omega, and they're starting all this mess and wanting to fight or confront, pretty much their employee, right? And CM Punk, right? One of their own workers. I mean, Punk is technically under them. They have more power, more control in AEW than Punk does. And the VPs are not acting like VPs. I don't think they deserve their position at all because of their behavior. Everybody is at fault. All this drama that is occurring is everybody's fault, including Tony Khan. And see, this is the part where Tony Khan needs to grow some balls and regulate the situation, regulate the drama, put an end to it. You either got to fire these people or you put them in a storyline. You put them out there in that ring and they do business, whether they like it or not. Because that's what Vince did with Edge and Matt Hardy. That's what Vince has done with Shawn and Brett. If the two men did not like each other, it did not matter with Vince. He saw it as a chance to make some damn money. And that's a smart businessman, because he saw an opportunity to capitalize on the heat that Matt and Edge had and that Shawn and Brett had. He wasn't going to fire them. I mean, if this continued, of course, and they weren't going to do business, and Vince had no choice but to let them go. That's the ultimatum that a CM Punk and a Jack Perry need, an Ultimate Man that a CM Punk and a Hangman Adam Page needs, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Why not just make this into a feud? Why not just translate this backstage drama into a storyline, right? Why not just put it out there on TV and get some numbers, get some ratings, and make more money? But Tony Khan is too scared to do that because he thinks that everything's all peaches and cream. And it's not. You have a problem. The only way, there's two ways that you can fix it. Fire them, or put it in a storyline. Put the beef into a storyline. Imagine if we got CM Punk and FTR versus Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Imagine CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page right now in a feud. Jack Perry versus CM Punk. It's gonna get the fans talking. It's going to be something to watch because this is real feelings coming out into play. The matches will be inherently better. There's real heat. And when there's real heat between two wrestlers, the matches become better. Right? But Tony Khan's not thinking like a businessman. Instead, he's acting like a mark. He wants to act like everything's all cool. He's kind of in between. He's cool with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, but he's also really cool with CM Punk. You know? Imagine if they had an Undertaker figure in the locker room. And that's what they need. They need like that locker room enforcer. Someone that is going to put everybody in place, check everybody. Because when Undertaker, Mark Calloway, he was that enforcer of the locker room. He was not someone you wanted to mess with. He was someone that embodied respect in a wrestling locker room. Well, in AEW, you don't have that. It seems like. You don't have that official leader, that official locker room leader, the enforcer, someone that's going to regulate the situation, regulate any drama that happens. That's the only way this is going to continue. If Tony Khan doesn't step up and decides to be a leader and get somebody to be that locker room enforcer, how Undertaker was that for Vince back in the day. Undertaker was Vince's right-hand man when it came to anything locker room related. That was his man. That was his guy. You cross the Undertaker, you cross, Mark Calloway, your ass is grass, my friend. Your ass is grass. Undertaker, Mark Calloway would have struck fear into a Jack Perry. CM Punk has dealt with Mark Calloway in the locker room. He's dealt with him. He knows how he can be. He knows not to cross someone like the Undertaker in the locker room. CM Punk would know this as someone that's an OG, a veteran. But CM Punk has disrespected many, many faces in the past. Played politics. Was involved in a lot of drama back in the day, of course. Drama seems to follow CM Punk wherever he goes, and that's an issue. That's an indication of his character. That's an indication of who he is. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying CM Punk needs to really look at himself, reevaluate himself a little bit, because that's an issue. Wherever you go, drama follows. That's a red flag. And this is a repeated pattern. This is not something that's one-off. This is a repeated pattern. This is a cycle that has not been broken yet. It's up to Tony Khan to break that pattern, to break the cycle. And also for CM Punk to learn how to check himself. And when it comes to Jack Perry, his behavior is uncalled for. Like, who are you to want to pick a fight with somebody that is a veteran? You're picking a fight with somebody that stepped foot in the octagon twice. This man would have gotten eaten alive in the octagon. So, was it the right move to suspend Jack Perry and CM Punk? Not really. Because who's to say that this won't happen again? Suspension will not help. Suspension will not change the behavior of these wrestlers. The only way they're going to change is if you take away their livelihood. Take away their livelihood, take away their career. Because that's the only way they're going to learn. Take away their career. If Jack Perry wants to use glass, then he can buy his own glass and take bumps on real glass, if that makes him happy. If that suits if that is his cup of tea, right? It's a pathetic attempt to prove that you're a tough guy, in my opinion. Well, look at me. I'm this tough guy that wants to use real glass in a segment and got seriously hurt and injured. Yeah. Okay. That's a real tough guy. So, I don't know if there's anything much to add or say. They just need an Undertaker figure in that locker room to keep these wrestlers in check. But I don't understand why we can't just make this into a storyline, man. You know, do you know how much interesting AEW will be if you had a CM Punk and Adam Page in a feud? CM Punk and FTR versus the Young Bucks and Omega? Man, oh man. You want to talk about selling out arenas. People would pay to see that. But no, it's not about doing business. It's not about making money. It's not about being professional. It's all about friendships and power and control. It's really all about, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like we can do good business out of this, and really, because the only way that this can be solved is through a storyline, a feud. I mean, I guarantee you, after Edge and Matt Hardy had their feud on TV, even though they hated each other, they weren't the same in terms of them beefing anymore, because they were separated and put on different shows. And I can guarantee you that they have earned each other's respect after that feud, because at the end of the day, they handled their situation, they handled their drama like men. It wasn't something that they were running away from. It wasn't something that they were trying to hide from. It wasn't something that Matt or Edge wanted to just avoid. They gained a healthy respect for each other because they aired it out on TV because they got through their feud like professionals and they did business the right way and they handled their business like men. Same thing with Shawn and Brett. Look where they're at now. If you have CM Punk and a Jack Perry handle their business like men, I guarantee you they're going to come out of it with a healthy respect for each other. Same thing with CM Punk and Adam Page. You have them in this blood-boiled feud, this heated feud, and they come out of it, they're going to have more respect for each other, right? They're going to have more respect for each other, and it's going to, it's going to show that you can still have your problems and your issues with each other personally, but go to the ring and handle it like professionals. And handle your business like real men. And not run away from it. And not avoid it. I guarantee you CM Punk and Adam Page will have more respect for each other after this feud. And if they were to have a feud ever again. Same thing with CM Punk, FTR versus Young Bucks and Omega. It's all about doing business. And they do business like real professionals and handle their business like real men out in that ring. They're going to end off in positive terms. Most likely they will. So for Tony Khan, he's being a coward by not making this into something entertaining. Instead, he wants to hide it and pretend like there's nothing going on. So, yeah. All Elite Drama, episode 1073. When is it going to end? Who's going to end it? Can these guys get their shit together? Can Tony Khan get his shit together? Who knows? I also heard that Miro went to confront CM Punk about the situation with Jack Perry, and CM Punk basically told Miro and told him, look, if you have a problem, we could step outside right now. And that was like recently yesterday, I heard. I don't know if that's true or if he actually did say that to Miro. But if he did say that, then CM Punk is definitely a ticking time bomb. He definitely is. And CM Punk has a lot of temper, a lot of anger to control there. Because if he really did say that to Miro, man, that's all the information you need to know when it comes to CM Punk's temper. And I can guarantee you, for the record, that he will not choke out Miro the same way he did to Jack Perry. Allegedly. We don't really know if that's true or not because, we're not there backstage. We don't know what's really going on. We just read things and we hear things and we just go off of that information of what's being put out in the internet. So who knows if Miro confronted CM Punk? Who knows if that's what CM Punk told Miro? Who knows? But if he did, there's no way CM Punk is choking out Miro. Miro's a big guy, much bigger than Jack Perry. Good luck trying to apply a chokehold on Miro and making him choke out. Good luck doing that, Punk. So that's all I got to say about this situation, about All Elite Drama. It's kind of pathetic. You got grown men beefing over glass, over, something that, the other did not want doing on TV or using on TV. And the other just, getting in his feelings and taking things to a whole new level at the pay-per-view. And it's just so unnecessary. You know, this is a bad look for AEW. It's every other 2 weeks that something happens, and I guarantee you we're going to hear more. We're going to hear more information. We're going to definitely more drama is going to happen because this is a recurring theme for AEW. More drama. So, with that being said, this is the Rational Wrestling Mark, another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk. Make sure to like the video for the algorithm. Likes are free. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out. Peace.